G'day, I'm Matt Wilkinson from Street Barbecue. Today we're going to be featuring some things from Barbecues Galore, the Street Barbecue Tuscan Alle. I'm going to be cooking this pork on this amazing Ziggy Elite twin gas grill. So how we're going to use this Street Barbecue Tuscan is on an amazing pork Scotch neck steaks. This is one of my favorite pieces of meat to actually cook with. It cooks real quick, real simple. I'm going to just lightly olive oil it. Gonna use the back of my knife just to push it down a little bit. It's almost like, you know, when you get a schnitzel ready, you just want to bash it out that little bit. That'll help even cooking and for it to cook that bit quicker. I'm now going to season it with the Street Barbecue Tuscan rub, and we're just going to let it sit for about 5 minutes just to absorb those flavors. What is the Tuscan rub? The Tuscan's amazing on bistecca steak. If you've ever been to Tuscany or Italy, this is one of the essential Italian rubs. We're going to season both sides, one side heavily, the other side lightly. Just let them sit. So while that's sitting, I'm just going to make the salad that it's going to come with. We've just got some white beans, shredded tomato. I've got some little hot chilies in here. You don't have to put it in. You can put some fresh chili in if you like. But this is just a little pickled chili. We're going to add some parsley, some dill. But the main thing, we're going to fire up this broccolini. Just a little tip on broccolini. You'll see that it's always got its skin, I call it, on the outside. So I've peeled it. What this does is just helps make it that little bit softer. You can do this with normal broccoli as well, on the outside core, but that's all we do. A little bit of oil, and then we're going to pop this onto the grill. Now on this Ziggy Elite, you've got 2 levels, which is awesome for if you wanted to go hard and fast or a little bit slower. You've got your twin controls. So what I'm going to do for this one is go on the higher, and when it's nearly ready, that's when I'll start my steak. Now while that's cooking, I'm going to make a quick dressing, and just to show the versatility of the Street Barbecue rubs, that you can use them in the salad and you can actually use them as a dressing, not just for barbecuing your meats. So to start with, we've got this sour cream, got this Beaver jalapeno mustard. Into that, about, let's say, a teaspoon or a good sprinkle of the Street Barbecue Tuscan rub. And then whatever quantity you've got, about the same, so double, of extra virgin olive oil. And then, because all good dressings need some vinegar or acid, here we've got half a lemon. Put the lid on. The best way to make dressings, in a jar. Then you brine brown, give it a shake like a cocktail. Leave that to the side, we'll give that a little taste. Yum. Over to the broccolini, charring away there. I'm gonna leave the lid on. And then we're gonna come to start doing the pork. What you can see from the Street Barbecue Tuscan rub, the one side that I turned over is flat. Look how it's infused into there. Beautiful colouring out. Again, you don't need to add any salt or pepper because it's already in the rub. Make sure we've got the fire hot. Because that rub also will have soaked in, I'm going to apply a little bit more oil. And we're going to go quite hard on one side. Keep moving it around and then flip it over at the end. Time-wise, I don't know, about 3 or 4 minutes. Whilst that steak's cooking, I'm just going to quickly chop some parsley and the dill, El Rustico, a little bit of that pickled chili. Add this to my beans and tomato, add some of that dressing, and give it a good mix. We'll have a look at that pork steak, and we're just going to try and give it a crisscross. With this twin system, this is a really good way to cook. You can control your heat, not going too hard and fast. Close the lid. And about 3 to 4 minutes. That pork is looking fantastic. Broccolini, a little bit longer. Drizzle a little bit of oil onto it. At this point, I'm going to give it some Street Barbecue Tuscan rub as a seasoning. Turn over this pork. Okay, to serve the broccolini, bit all over the place, Get it into the bowl. And then we're just going to dress the broccolini with those beans, tomatoes, that dill, that parsley. Give it a little taste. Delicious. I'm going to spoon that all over. And then the pork. Add that to the board. Just let that sit now. Your meat should always make sure you've got it out at room temperature, but also making sure it's rested afterwards. Done with the barbecue. As you can see, using the street barbecue Tuscan, it's just got this beautiful glaze across. This is awesome with chicken. There's a famous brick chicken in Tuscany as a dish. I do love it with pork though. Time to carve. Oh, yum. That pork's still succulent. It's cooked all the way through. A little bit of pink on a pork Scotch neck, to me, is still okay. Just as long as it's above 71 degrees, if you've got a thermocouple pen, like the thermometers, and then all those juices have got to get back onto it. And there we have it. We've got street barbecue Tuscan, marinated pork Scotch neck, this beautiful broccolini white bean sauce with a sour cream dressing.